Hello, everyone, and welcome to the League Season 46 B Division Championship match between Seanahan and SamE. I am Akuchi, and I am joined in commentary by Halo Andy 007.
Hello, good evening, everyone, or good morning if you're Sam E.
That's right, Sammy playing from Singapore, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
All
so this
right.
is the B Division Championships. So both of these players won their B Divisions and will be promoting to A, and now they're going to face off to see uh, who can win in this series of 6 games.
Yes, this looks like a pretty fun board here. Looks like there's a lot of pretty interesting interactions going on here.
Plenty. You know what we're missing, though?
Yeah, we are missing buy, but there's groom for gaining, and
Yeah, and there's Throne Room Horse for draw.
yeah, throne room horse, fool, village green, uh, improve to play with tomb. So not quite sure exactly where you're going here, but there's certainly some interesting thought to be had.
Yeah, no way to thin the starting cards, right?
Other than some nice flames gift from Fool, that's all I'm seeing.
Yeah, Fool is looking like it would be a pretty decent opening because you can't get rid of your starting stuff, and it looks like both players are going to open Fool and Shanahan opens Groom. We'll see what if SamE follows.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much this board is just gonna go towards money, or if it makes sense to try to build something more here.
Cut Purse, I guess, is an alternative, but I'd like that better as player one.
Yeah, cut purse can be pretty mean. Not quite as bad as militia, but can be pretty strong as player one if you can play that on turn 3 or 4 to hurt
Although
your
there's
opponent's
not really
turn.
too much to you're aiming for in terms of hitting five, but SamE does open with the Cut Purse anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Scepter and Groom, or even like Scepter Throne Room is kind of fun because usually one of the issues with Scepter is that you can't really get the cards into play if they're in your hand during your buy phase. But if you Scepter a Throne Room, you can sort of keep playing your turn on. That might not be important here, but it's a nice synergy to sort of kind of jump back to your action phase within your buy phase, sort of.
Shanahan gets their Fool on turn three. SamE's Fool misses, it looks like.
Yeah, the big downside with Fool being that you have this lucky coin, which is kind of getting in the way unless you're trying to do a money strategy, which can be pretty awkward
I mean, I think
uh,
that's
unless you're
inevitable
doing that.
on this board.
Yeah.
Because there's no plus buy, there's really not an opportunity to catch up in points much, so you do need to hit provinces pretty early.
hmm Yeah, and I could see improve being important late game to turn your grooms or throne rooms into duchies on the final turn or the penultimate turn.
Yeah, improve Scepter. Like, improve is a good target for Scepter as well,
hmm
potentially. So, what did Shanahan gain with their groom?
Let's see.
They did not play a groom. Okay.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
think they must have. Did
Collided
they
with
draw it with the
Fool.
fool? Yeah,
Oh,
collided on turn 3 with the fool.
yeah, they're
And
playing a
so
little fast for me to keep track of.
yeah, I guess getting the fool down probably makes sense. Maybe you're hoping for Field's gift or something like that to help you out. I guess one nice thing about Lucky Coin with Changeling on board is that you can take Changelings instead of the silver, which could be a consideration.
Yeah, it's tough to actually gain something notably better than Silver with Changeling, and it's a dead card on the turn you draw it, so
Yeah.
not sure if that'll come up.
So it looks like both players are following a fairly similar strategy of mainly money with a little bit of support from Groom and Sage and Scepter.
Yep, seems that way.
Don't think either player really has a significant advantage at this point, other than Seanahan took a fairly early province on turn 6, but I guess on a money deck like this with Lucky Coin, that might not be too early.
Yeah, not sure. Definitely could have taken gold there. Could have considered it. Interesting. So his Groom as way of the seal to top deck gold was the play Shanahan went with. Seems reasonable.
Yeah. All right, so Sean's gonna get Lost in the Woods back. Some pretty good boons there.
But not quite enough to get to province.
Yeah, I mean, Forest and Earths are quite nice ones, but with a fairly weak deck, you can't quite make full advantage of them.
Yeah, can definitely take the Forest gift. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure about improve. You just don't have enough forecasts for the turn into duchy to make a big difference. But even still, it does give you a point whenever you use improve. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could just continually trash an extra action card.
Wow. SamE, by the way, getting Flames gift twice. Pretty nice.
I mean, and River and Swamp. I mean, those are all good boons. There's
absolutely.
no downside to any of those.
Oh, yeah, that's right. SamE gets Swamp twice also. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wisp as usual strong. This board is no exception.
Yeah, and almost stronger on this board because you can't get rid of the estates and the coppers very easily. So you got a pretty good chance of it drawing an extra card.
So it's an interesting play for SamE to use Scepter as Will-O-Wisp twice, in fact. The first time to trigger a shuffle.
I mean, if you're going to buy the province, I think it's nice to trigger the shuffle.
Well, a province was by no means guaranteed.
That's true.
That second play as Wisp drew up a gold, which was critical. So now SamE looking ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Tough decision for Shanahan there.
Yeah, I think we might be at the stage of the game where you start taking some estates with Groom when you have a terminal collision.
Yeah, seems
even
so.
On a board like this, one estate might be making a critical difference.
So Shanahan does get to province. Oh no, can't play that cut purse. Never mind. Oof.
But what do you scepter here? That's a tough call. What do you scepter here?
Probably Groom for improve.
Yeah.
Maybe you're over terminaled. Maybe you want Groom for Village Green.
Village Green.
Yeah.
I mean, Village Green, Lost in the Woods works pretty nicely together, but no one's gone for that.
Yeah, and it's hard to hold Lost in the Woods with any reliability, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't think you get too much from taking a duchy here.
I think it's a bit too early to start taking duchies. I mean, I understood taking the estate on the Groom because you had the terminal collision anyways, but I
guess another option is you could like Scepter as way of the seal to top deck another Scepter or something. Ooh, interesting.
All right, so Sean takes 2 estates and a duchy on that turn. Yeah, I mean, I guess the game's moving into that position of greening at all costs, but it still feels a bit too early to me.
I think that you're definitely going to shuffle before the game's over. So
especially with the Sage here.
Well, you can discard the copper in multiple ways with Sage there. Oh, interesting choice. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Sean's getting, a lot of money in one turn and very little money in the other turn.
Right.
The issue with a money deck is very little
and
consistency.
Here's that 7 coin hand for SamE.
Yeah, a lot of aggressive taking of the cheap. Wow, that's all. That's like all of Sean's red
I
money cards
I
right
agree
there.
with the duchy from SamE. He's got the province lead and like should be able to just get two provinces along the way.
Yeah, and if Sam can do that, it's gonna be pretty hard for Sean to catch up.
It's Sun's Gift is very strong at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, reordering your cards and getting rid of some green cards is pretty nice.
But we've got a 6 coin hand here, so we'll see. Could just be another duchy.
Yeah, I mean that'll give a 6 point lead. It's pretty good at this stage of the game.
I would. Yes, there's the improve. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, being able to take a late duchy will be nice, especially because Sam's gonna get the shuffle. Whether Sam sees the improve is another question, but there'll probably be enough dancing that Sam will have the chance to get the improve down.
Right.
Right, there's a province. So yeah, this looks like a pretty commanding lead for Sam now,
Ooh,
with another province coming in.
yeah, that should be game. Oh, these 7 coin hands are just brutal for Shanahan.
Yeah, I think Sean had like a 13 coin hand earlier a few turns ago, which all the golds were clumped
Yeah.
together. Yeah, Sean's got. And there's an wow. Sam's just hitting 888 exactly
It's working
on the
perfectly.
dot.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much game.
Yep. No coming back from that. And Shanahan resigns.
Yeah, justifiable there. Yeah, just some. I don't know. I don't really think they played that differently. It just seemed like Sam got really nice, really nice coin distributions towards the end there.
Yeah. Draws were probably the biggest factor there. Okay. Got a nice looking board here. You've got Trashing and Raise and Spice Merchant.
And replace.
And Puka. And you've got some Draw and Villages.
Yeah, this board looks like a lot of fun. I mean, you got Fishing Village, which is always a strong village.
Oh, and Populate.
Sear's going to be great with all of these lower cost cards. You got Fishing Village and Silk Merchant and Spice Merchant for Sear to find.
Populate with Way of the Horse, so I am super sold.
Yeah, except the one thing is that most of these action cards are also ones that you're fine having in your deck. Like sometimes, I was playing a populated board earlier where I kept hitting 10 and just didn't click it because I didn't want half of the cards out there. But
yeah,
on this board, like you kind of want the cards even without Way of the Horse. Most of them look pretty nice.
Yeah, but Way of the Horse makes it real good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to see building in that direction.
So they both take the curse and go for the replace, and the curse is going to be easy to get rid of, so I don't really see an issue with that.
I'm not too fond of replacing Cursed Gold. I think I would have replaced Estate there.
Yeah, I think it's easy enough to get rid of the curses, that the Cursed Gold isn't like that much of a detriment.
I want the Cursed Gold to spike Populate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got enough upside here that it doesn't seem that bad to play it a few times.
Oh my gosh, what? Oh, you top deck the card. Right. Alright. I see. Huh. So an early Torturer from SamE. I see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the attack will be annoying, even though raise and replace are fairly easy ways to deal with these curses.
Some nice draws from SamE here. Get the Fishing Village and Puka paired up. I think you want a Silk Merchant here. Like, raise the curse, replace Estate to Silk Merchant, just so you have the Villager, and then buy a Fishing Village.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised neither have a silk merchant yet, but I guess that's kind of the
You get a
way it goes at the
little.
beginning.
Yeah, I mean, there's other high priority stuff, but the villager is really nice to have, especially once you're playing with terminal draw like SamE is.
Yeah, I mean, Sean went for the spice merchant on turn 2 instead of the silk merchant. I think it's justifiable to start getting rid
Yeah.
of your coppers quickly.
Okay, okay. So SamE hoping. Yeah, these draws are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Sam's just been lining everything up. Is there a chance for populate here? If you replace the silk, no, that's not going to be enough. No,
I
not
was
quite
thinking
enough.
replace it into silver, and you could have. Well,
Yeah, not quite enough.
hmm.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
the end was clear. That was some good decisions from SamE combined with very nice shuffles. The
yeah,
playing a little too fast for me to actually follow all the differences.
yeah. I mean, that was a short game, and they were playing fast. Oh wow, that's another strong board.
But a 2-0 lead from SamE. I mentioned it was 6 games. I don't think that's accurate. I think it's first 3.5.
Yes, I believe that's correct. Either 3.5 or 4. I'm not sure. But this looks like another
Ooh.
quite strong board here.
Seer Inventor with Workers Village. That's fun.
And mission to support the inventor games.
You want to play one Inventor and then all your Seers. Yeah, strong mission. Uh, Even
All right. So,
Monastery does work on mission turn.
yeah, Sean going silver inventor and Sam going dungeon inventor. I think I like the dungeon inventor a little better. Just dungeon's a really nice card for cycling through your deck quickly.
Yeah, you can get everywhere you want without silver in this game because you can invent Workers Village and Inventor, pair them up, and then you can get your Seer, and you're
Yeah,
off to the
so I,
races.
I definitely like the dungeon instead of the silver on the open there.
Yeah, playing with 2 dungeons looks pretty nice to me.
Mm-hmm. Sean getting a displace. Displace is going to be nice for helping to thin the deck down. Neither player going for monastery.
You
I guess there
definitely
wasn't
want a
really a good.
Monastery at some point.
Yeah, I guess they haven't really had a good time to get it yet. But it seems like if you can get a big turn and trash a lot of cards, you can get thin pretty quickly here with monastery.
This could be a Monastery because SameE's got the 2 buys, so
So
could
you get
be.
workers village monastery.
Or
Seems pretty
Inventor
reasonable.
Monastery because he does have 2 Workers Villages now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't following who had
Goes
the
for
edge on the
Horse
worker.
Monastery. Okay.
That's a little odd, but I guess that works.
I think it's okay. You know you're going to have plenty of 4 cost gains, like going forward, every time you play
Mm-hmm.
Inventor for the first time. So,
Yeah, now Sean can turn a copper into a dungeon, or an estate into a workers' village. Both of those
alright.
work.
Both of them now pick up the Monastery. And SamE is going to be able to mission here, which I think will be a good choice.
Yeah, you could mission. You could also get a pretty big monastery to trash off if you used. You could trash 3 cards with monastery if you bought.
True.
So I could see going either way here on that. Hmm,
Okay.
that's odd. What I would have bought a vagrant there. I mean, I don't. Is there a downside to a vagrant? I guess the seer can't grab the vagrant once you play the inventor. But
It was not free. Only one Inventor played, so
oh, sorry. Yeah, they
yeah,
used
there
all
was a
the money.
trade-off there.
My bad. My bad.
So I don't know. SamE got a Seer and 1 extra trash in as opposed to going for mission. Hard to know whether mission would have been better.
In about a turn or so, I think they're both going to be consistently missioning. I mean, it's
If you can afford it.
pretty much a good outpost if you have the money. But yeah,
Yeah.
even here, Sean's draws just aren't cooperating well. I guess Sean does have a dungeon, so this turn might be salvageable.
So like here, like SamE can't afford it, so that is
Yeah,
a kind of danger with the decks right now.
yeah. So maybe the silver will come into play later for Sean being able to help spike the mission and be drawable by the seer.
All right, so looks like Shanahan. I'm a little confused. All right, so Shanahan exiled a monastery and then gained another monastery, I think, somehow.
Yeah, I guess so. I must have displaced it into the workers' village. I mean, workers' village looks great here, especially once you get a bunch of inventor plays down. It synergizes really well with it by giving the actions you need and the buys to take advantage of the cheaper cost. So it makes sense that those are piling pretty quickly.
Huh.
Again, I'm not really sure on these rides instead of like an extra dungeon.
Well, I think two is a fine number of dungeons. I wouldn't want to get any more. I think both players have two. All right, so here hopefully we'll see a mission buy.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense here.
Can even pick up a Vagrant.
Yeah, and I think Sam's getting pretty good deck control to be able to take advantage of this.
No
Uh,
mission.
Opts for the seer. Okay, maybe Sam thinks it's a bit too early to go for it and wants to
Yeah,
build a little more.
it is a bit odd to take Vagrant instead of Border Village in that situation. I agree. Well, that seems like the wrong order. Why would you play Workers Village before Seer there? It
I don't
worked
know,
out.
but I mean, it worked out.
Well, sure, but Seer lets you reorder to keep your turn going, like if you top deck
Yeah,
a Seer.
yeah,
Also, these plays are way too fast. Like, don't you want to play Inventor before you play all these other Seers?
yeah. You don't have very many vagrants and estates. I mean, that's the only real reason you want to play. But I guess you might have more vagrants and estates than seers, so it might make sense to be playing the seers before the inventor.
Uh, I want to draw those Seers up.
Yeah, I mean, Sam's drawing deck pretty well
Well,
right
this turn,
now.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Sam's gotten pretty good control of the deck, and other than the difference in the open, I mean that seemed to just help Sam get going a lot faster by
There might
having the dungeon instead of the silver.
there might be a win here, with a mission turn. So you can gain and play two more inventors.
Mm-hmm.
So you can gain a bunch of seers. Like you can actually gain and play three inventors.
So Zipsix sees the win. I mean, that's going to be inventing for inventor, drawing, inventing for inventor again.
Yeah, it's probably there because you have six buys with the workers' village. You do have to be able to have a buy left over for green, but
I'm not seeing it yet. I mean, I'm not surprised that it's there,
no,
but
I think it's there because you can draw three cards and you can play.
yes, you invent for the inventors again. Yeah, there's no way it's not here. It
Right, you
seems
invent for an
pretty
inventor, and
trivial.
you have an extra inventor play that can gain something that's not an inventor, and so you actually have two buys you can use on provinces if you want,
Mm-hmm.
or you can gain provinces with the inventors.
Yeah, I mean that works too.
Well, that went from nobody has come close to drawing their deck to oh, there's the win.
Yeah, so I mean it's going to be take a province and empty inventors and seers and GG.
Yeah, you can take two provinces with this inventors to maximize points. Very important.
Or
Dungeon.
dungeons.
That is poorly
Style
done.
out.
Nope, poorly done. Passed
Style
up
out.
6 VP. Terrible play.
Well, that was a fast board. 9 turns, and I don't think either player bought missions.
No missions bought. That's tragic.
9 turns and no mission. That's pretty fast.
So we're potentially at the deciding game if SamE wins here. That is
And we
a clean sweep or
are
ties.
27 minutes in, so going pretty quick.
More than pretty quick. Blazingly fast. Yeah, I mean, I would. Shanahan is asking about the displace. I think the silver open is
Yeah, I think the opening was just so much slower there. Like Sam was cycling way faster.
was the bigger deal. So this board, the only thinning is Miser, which is not generally exciting, but there's plenty of draw here.
Yeah, you got plenty of drawing villages and buys to support it, so it's not like the worst plan, but it's yeah, it's not that
Yeah,
inspiring. But you have a ton of support for it, so that is kind of nice.
like the only alternative payload is money.
Yeah,
There's nothing
definitely
else
think you're
going
gonna
on.
want a number of misers. On the open though, both going Ironworks and Enchantress, that seems pretty reasonable. Help you get the gaining of the cheap cards and a little bit of draw, a little bit of attack.
Yeah, definitely good to play with a pair of enchantresses at least. You can play with a pair of haunted woods too. The estates are just going to be a continual thorn in the opponent's side, so I definitely like playing with a pair of haunted woods.
Yeah, definitely.
But once I do all that, I'm kind of pretty close to drawing my deck already.
Yeah, I mean, with that Enchantress playing, Sean having to skip turn 4, I mean, Sam's already looks way ahead here.
Time to set up the ranger. Maybe another mountain village and enchantress. No, Sammy does go for the
Yeah, I
ranger.
mean, and you can
Ah, right.
use the
There's
normal
village.
village. You can use normal village for 3.
There's so
And you
much.
have Ox. There's village galore on this board.
Yeah,
And
I
farming
don't.
village. You
I
have
don't.
4 villages.
I don't like Ox, but yeah, a village on three definitely opens up some options.
You have villages galore here to support all the terminal cards here.
So yeah, I think I like both players playing with two ironworks. It seems like the right number to have.
Yeah, especially because other than Haunted Woods, all the cards
All the
cost less than
cards.
4, or
Yep.
cost 4 or
Which is
less.
funny. We had another board like that, the one with Groom
Yeah,
and Fool.
yeah, this has been a cheap cost board. You know, usually Pageant looks nice on an opening, but like if you don't really care about spiking 5, it's a lot less important early on.
Yep. So
So,
Ranger by okay.
and neither player getting the Miser yet, but I guess they haven't really found a good enough
I
support to work it in yet.
Yeah, I would focus on drawing first.
Yeah.
So neither player has, or both players are about to turn down their journey token.
Mm-hmm.
That's when drawing will become like realistic. But I think you want a village here as Shanahan. You
Yeah, definitely.
don't want to be caught with a ranger in hand with no plus action. Mm. That,
Oh, gets the other Enchantress. But I
okay,
guess,
he's got the mountain village to pull up the ranger, so he's going to be able to activate that first.
yeah.
Could even ironworks for a mountain village to really get the plus actions you need.
Yeah, and then you just have to be careful because you are going to trigger a shuffle with the Rangers. So just making sure that not all your good cards are missing that shuffle.
Ooh, forgot about
Yeah, definitely play the Enchantress there. It's
the pig.
by far
Yeah.
the least good card there. Yeah, definitely both players need 2 Rangers. Sam's already set up really nicely for next turn. Um,
Yep, nice looking hand.
So now I guess Sean's. I mean, I think you pretty much have to trigger the shuffle. Like you're just kind of
Oh,
giving up on
absolutely.
the turn if you don't.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, okay. Leaves, got it. Puts a mountain village down there.
Yeah, want to leave it in the shuffle. And ending with 2 enchantresses, that's gonna be a nice end of the turn. So, and start a next turn. So both players looking like they're gonna have pretty nice turns on turn 9 coming up.
Although, token down for Shanahan. Or journey token up.
Yeah, but Sean's got 2 enchantresses coming in, so that
Yeah, but I'm
kind of
wondering if
maybe
he
not.
wants to pick up another ranger here. Just try to maximize the chance of getting, like, seeing two rangers.
Yeah, I think a third ranger so that you can play it 3 times and then get a fourth ranger, and then you're pretty much trivially drawing deck at that point as long as you have enough village support.
Ooh, what?
Wait, what? Why?
I think Sammy didn't realize
Why
that
didn't
Mountain
Sam
Village
must not have realized Sam
was
was
going to get
being
pigged.
pigged. Why you could have played the Ironworks as
Looks like he
the
wants
pig.
Ironworks.
Yeah, I mean you can also ox to get around the pig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's possible. Yeah, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, either way. You can ox to the
Not
ox
the best
can
draw
avoid
for
it.
SamE. He didn't find his Enchantress, which would have been nice.
Yeah, and that's all the coppers that Sam has.
I would pick up a Haunted Woods here.
It's gonna start looking pretty nice.
So
Just
you are
probably
conf-
add. Uh,
hmm. Could get a third Ranger. Just try to increase the chances that you see that next turn. Well,
yeah,
actually, if you have a Mountain Village, you're guaranteed to see it. I don't
yeah. I guess
know.
having 4 rangers isn't a bad number to have in total. I think that's probably a pretty good state to be in
Ooh,
because you have so many villages to support it here. So I guess Haunted Woods Village.
I like that. Could be Enchantress, like having the spare. Eh,
Oh, I guess you can give the coffer over to the
yeah, that
passion
that
and
seems
save it for
fine too.
next turn.
Yeah, I agree with ultimately 4 Rangers. Sammy sticking with 2 at this juncture, which seems fine since he's got the token
Mm-hmm.
down this turn.
Sam has two
No,
rangers, but
Shanahan
Sean
has
has
3.
3.
Yeah,
So Sean might already be ready to pick up a fourth one here.
could do that and gain and play it with the Mountain Village.
Maybe we're
No,
miscounting
I
these.
refuse to control F, but I thank you for your diligence. I'm a little confused that Shanahan didn't set up a Ranger gain and play. Like you really want that boot down.
Yeah, but I guess
I don't like that. Like had 2 options to do, like 2 opportunities to do it.
I just control left, and I'm pretty sure I see.
No, it
Oh,
has to
sorry, I'm
be
looking at Mountain
Sammy
Villages. Yeah. It's Sam. Yep.
because Shanahan didn't draw the third
Yep.
Ranger. Huh. I don't know how I got messed up there.
Okay, so now they each do. Okay, now they're each at 3.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah,
but
gaining and playing a ranger would have been good.
yeah, like Shanahan's just not gonna have a good turn. It's a
Yeah,
guaranteed
yeah. I
bad
think we
turn.
were confused. We thought they had 2-2 when it was 3-1 on the split. So Sean with a pretty dangerous hand coming in next turn. And Sam looks like he's gonna have a pretty darn good turn here.
Maybe. Like no duration draw, but does definitely get the Ranger kickoff. And plenty of actions
Mm-hmm.
heading into this. I wonder what you pick up with your final Mountain Village. I think I would pick up. Hmm.
I was thinking maybe
Yeah,
Ironworks to
I
put
was
another
thinking
village
Haunted
into the
Woods,
shuffle.
but a little awkward here now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to skip one of
I
these.
think I'd Ox the Ironworks. Goes with
Oxy
Enchantress.
Enchantress. Okay.
Well,
Reconsider.
piles are getting quite low. I think as SamE, if you. Okay. I'm so confused. All right. We're not Oxing it, but we're playing Ironworks first.
They're getting low, but neither player quite has enough control to really
Well, that's what
capitalize on it.
I was thinking as SamE. If you play Ironworks as Ox here, and you flip the Journey token down, play Enchantress and Haunted Woods, like that's
You have a pretty darn good turn
a
coming up
really good
next.
next turn, and you're the one with 3 Ironworks. I think you might like be threatening to end it. At least
And
potentially
Sean,
if Shanahan lowers or whatever. But
yeah, so no lowering there for Sean. Uh, yeah, I mean, Sam feels a bit ahead here. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty tactical end game coming in.
no
This is
time
Miser
for
thing.
Miser,
Yeah, Miser just never really happened.
as per usual.
Didn't you have a game in Dual Set where Miser was like the key card?
It's a very sad board. Yep.
You what? Seawade Miser, and they were each worth $8.
Yeah, there was no draw, but there was plus actions and plus buy. Yeah, each one was worth 8 coins, so each one I played, I could get a
It's nice when a
province.
Miser equals a province. That's a pretty good outcome.
There was some work went into that, but not too much. I think there was a state trashing too. I think that helped. I don't remember what it was, but it definitely
It's
wasn't fighting through estates.
yeah. All right, so Sam drawing deck here pretty much.
That ranger's not going to draw, so pretty
Yeah,
sure
so
there's no
Mountainville.
end this turn.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess the question is whether you're ironworksing for something now or just drawing to the end with the mountain village. I'm not sure what's. That must be an ironworks as the last card.
I think I'd like to get an enchantress in play.
I mean, yeah, Sam has an enchantress to put one
No, I
in
mean
play.
another one. Like
Oh,
Ironworks
another
Enchantress,
one.
draw it
Okay.
up. That lets you play 3 actions, and then you buy a province or something. And you go into your next turn, like being able to really push piles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just guaranteeing you have a nice next turn is pretty important on a board that you haven't thinned at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because even Sean's looking pretty suspect this next turn.
Could get a ranger here if you're going to buy a province, which I like, because at that point having an odd number of rangers is fine. If you're like, all right, next turn is going to be my last turn.
Yeah, if you're going to end it, you don't really care if your token's in the wrong position
Yeah, it's
for
actually
the.
better. So
Yeah.
I like the idea of getting one more ranger and buying province here.
Yeah, so if Sean doesn't find a village, this looks like it might be game, set, match.
But it looks like the gain is village. I don't know why SamE believes that they
Oh,
need.
yeah, sorry, there's Ox, so yeah. Sean's not totally dead with Ox.
Why does SamE get a
Yeah, that was a
village
very
there?
odd game there.
I feel like you have tons of plus action. But a scary looking starting hand. That's why I would have liked the double enchantress.
Yeah,
And you leave an ironworks on top, which you can
Ox.
pig if you need to. Yeah. Pig or Ox, your choice.
Yeah. Yeah, so Sean might be back in this if Sam duds his coming turn.
Seems pretty likely. You'd need to draw 2 action cards as SamE to not dud.
Well, I guess technically
Oh no, you only need one.
two of the
That's
top
right.
3 two of the top. No, because you can Ox
That's
one
right,
in.
right.
Yeah,
You
you
just
only
need to see one
one.
action card. Okay, so there's a pretty decent chance SamE has a good turn, but
Yeah,
not a guarantee by any means.
because there's 6 non-action cards out of those 22. That's pretty bad odds that neither would be.
Sure. I'm just thinking beyond that. Like, you get 5 card draw, yes, but then like you need to see 2 more Rangers to have any more draw. It's actually
Yeah, I just meant surviving
yeah,
the initial part of the turn.
I gotcha. I missed the messenger acquisition.
Yeah, so it was just a gain rather than a buy and distribute, which
Okay.
that can also really accelerate the
That's
end
right,
game
yeah.
tactics.
That's a 2-for-1 deal, so
Yeah. It can be even faster if messenger is also a pile you want to empty, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case here.
see if Shanahan follows on the province.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to, but
That's just
or maybe you don't because if Sam, well, yeah, I guess it makes it a little harder because then Sam needs to gain an estate and pile.
yeah, SamE did gain a lot of villages to kind of set themselves up to be able to Ironworks for an estate, but that's a gain, that's an Ironworks you're not using to gain some other pile, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All
Oxes
right,
that
so
haunted woods in a heartbeat, and finds the third ranger. So that's
yeah,
quite fortunate.
so now what? Ironworks for an Ironworks? I guess you're going for the pilot and the win here.
Yeah, I think I would have Ironworks for an Ironworks before playing the Mountain Village.
But I guess it worked the same either way.
You can do it here, yeah. Do you have it?
I mean, Ironworks for 2 Rangers right now.
Yeah, I think you have it.
Ironworks for 2 Rangers. Pick them both up. Or Ironworks for Ironworks. Either. Yeah, Ironworks for Ironworks. That works better.
Right, you get 5 Ironworks plays. So 4 of them empty Ironworks, 1 empties Ranger. You spend your first buy on Messenger, gaining 2 Rangers, and then you buy an estate.
Mm-hmm.
A coffer perfect finish.
Yeah, it looks like Sam sees it.
Okay, or you can gain the Ironworks, whichever.
Yeah, they both work. All right, well, very strong showing by
Oh, that's right.
SamE.
A
4-0
speed run.
sweep.
Incredible.
All right, well played, both players. SamE with a very strong performance there, and good luck to both players in A next season.
Yeah.
I think this is Sean's first time in A, and Sam's coming back to A after a bit of a break.
I believe that is the case, yep. Yeah,
All
thanks
right.
for commentating with me. Halo
Yeah,
Andy.
thanks for having me. This was fun, Akuchi.
All right, catch
Have
y'all
a good
later.
one, everyone.